Hey everyone, can you guess what today is? Nuclear Friday. That's right. Music off. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about something my wife brought up to me. She's got a coworker who is on a fitness journey. And from the way it sounds, he's been successful thus far, but he feels like he has hit a plateau. And I thought I would talk a little bit about plateaus. First of all, your body wants balance. That is, it craves it, it's going to search for it, and it's going to find it unless you do something about it. So let's say you've started a diet and you're being quite successful and things are rolling along and your weight is dropping and you're happy with the progress you're making, and then you hit a sticking point. So the first question I have is, how long have you been at this sticking point? Okay? Are we stuck just for a couple days? Has it been weeks? Or have you been stuck for a month? And that, a month would be a legitimate plateau. A week is your body just adjusting. Then I'm going to ask you, what have you done to break that plateau? Have you done business as normal, the things that have been working for you this whole time, and just expecting the same results? Because you're not going to get them all the way through the diet. As your weight goes down and your energy expenditure goes up, your body's going to balance out. And it's going to find a way to do what you're doing every day with less calories. So you have to keep your body on its toes. So when I say, what have you done to break the plateau? Have you dropped your calories? Have you dropped them a substantial amount? When I say substantial, up to 300 calories, that's a substantial amount. That's enough to, I would say, break a plateau. Have you increased your activity? Have you increased it to the point where you're burning 300 more calories? Now, we've talked about what it takes to burn calories and how the exercises we do, we think it's burning one amount of calories, but it's actually burning far, far less. So, are you getting your 10,000 steps in? Have you tried increasing to 13,000? I know that sounds like a giant number, but if you're in a job where you're on your feet, I hit 13,000 every day out here on this outage. It's nothing. It does keep me out of doing cardio, which is kind of nice. I've got that extra little half hour that, I can talk to you guys in. It's all about what you've done to break the plateau. If you've done all these things and that plateau is just not breaking, there are other options. People get really caught up in the way they prepare their food and the food that they're using. We get used to different tastes and textures and so on and so forth. Just an example, the example I was given is using milk in a protein shake. If you want to drop a quick 100, 120, 130 calories, use water. Boom, that's 130 calories gone. And some of these things I used to do. I used to actually do at the beginning of my diet because it was so easy to lose weight, believe it or not. The second you restrict those calories, that weight just starts pouring off, but it gets harder as you get lighter. So the second thing you can do is, as long as you're hitting your protein goals, you can change up the different variables. You want to drop your fat, that's for sure. Your fat counts, each gram counts for more calories than carbs and protein do. I believe fat accounts for 7 calories per gram, and carbs and protein account for 4 calories per gram. I believe that's the numbers. I'd have to actually look, just off the top of my head. So lowering your fat intake is a quick way to break a plateau. And going from full fat cottage cheese to low fat, reducing the number of eggs you're eating in the morning. When you're on these different diets, paleo, keto, carnivore, you're on that high fat diet because what your body's doing is taking that fat and it's transitioning it into something you can burn. It's actually turning that fat into carbs. Our bodies run off carbs, period, end of sentence. And it's going to change the different things we're bringing in to get those carbs that it needs to run. So you might be zero carbs, but your body's going to turn around and turn that fat into carbs. And you may not know, but believe it or not, a fat gram is easier to turn into fat than a gram of carbs or a gram of protein. It takes more work for your body. So your body takes the easiest path, let's say. So turning a fat gram into fat is far more easier for your body than turning a carb or a protein into a gram of fat or fat in the body. So we've talked a little bit about breaking a plateau. Like I said, first make sure it's a true plateau. And to ensure that, it's going to take time. If you are truly stuck for a extended period of time, I'm talking about a month, not just a couple days, not a week or so. I'm talking about a full-blown plateau. There are things you can do to break it, but you have to change up how you're approaching your diet. The diet can't be static all the way through, or you will, like I just said, hit that plateau and stop getting the gains that you're wanting. I change it up all the time. There are days where my carb intake is far, far less than what I've been doing. There are days where my fat intake actually goes up, and I kind of juggle that around. Keeping my body on its toes, keeping it constantly searching for the carbs it wants to do the things that I want to do. So that's all I have about plateaus. There are other options for breaking plateaus. If you're into peptides, I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending using peptides. I don't recommend it at all. And that is a disclaimer for YouTube, okay? I'm not telling you to use any peptides at all. But if you do some research, there's some very interesting reading on peptides right now. And peptides are doing some very amazing things on helping people lose weight. So do some research. If you have a question, for God's sake, Google it. Google's going to have better information and a more abundant amount of information than your buddy next door or your buddy at the gym. You might inquire what they've done to take care of these kind of situations, but you really got to do your own research and decision making. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. So keep that in mind. I wish my wife's coworker the best of luck breaking his plateau, and I hope he doesn't mind me using his situation in my video. Today we're going to head to the house and we're going to prep to do some legs. And legs with dumbbells is a different kind of animal. We're going to work on a couple different squats. The Bulgarian split squat, I hate those with a passion. My balance sucks. But we're going to do them. We're also going to do some sissy squats. Another one I hate. And that one should not be called sissy squats. They should be called the Godzilla killer squat of death. I mean, sissy squats will tear you a new butthole. So the quad workout is going to be pretty insane. I'm not looking for monster quads. I'm just looking for proportionate, so I don't go as hard as some people do on legs. It's a mindset thing with some bodybuilders. They want those legs to be so massive that they can't wear a pair of pants. I do not want to be there. I have been there before, and walking around in shorts on a cold day freaking sucks. And wearing baggies all the time, you look like a hobo. So I want proportionate legs and definition in my legs, and that's about it. And that's what my workouts are geared towards. Those are two of the squat variations we're going to do, and we're probably going to do some goblet squats with the kettlebell, and that's going to be pretty much the leg workout. Those 3 squats are going to decimate your quads, so don't worry about that. Even if you're a committed quad freak, this will get you. Just add a little weight to what we're doing, and you can get an extreme pump on the squats. Alright guys, this can be it for the drive time talk. I hope I helped a little bit on plateaus. You have to put in the effort to break the plateau. It's not going to break itself. So, carbs, calories, and you got to count it. I don't care what diet you're doing. If you're paleo, if you're carnivore, if you're Atkins, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not at a calorie deficit, you are not going to hit your goals. Okay? Calories in, calories out. That's just the way it is. You can fight me with it all, fight me on it all day long. That is how it is. So keep that in mind. I will see you guys at the house. Bye. Hey everyone, we're at the house. I got things kind of set up. You see me look down, it's because I got the remote on my camera hooked to my phone so I can see how the picture's going. I committed to 3 different squats. The sissy squat, the Bulgarian split squat, and the goblet squat. I am not good at a single one of these squats. I am so used to going into the gym and using the machines that I'm going to be challenged by these also. These will not be weight assisted squats. They will be body weight squats. And I'll do my best to explain, but do not go off of my form. My form will be terrible. So what you need to do is go on Google, go on YouTube, and Google these different squats. And people on there will show you how to do them properly. Like I said, my form is terrible, my balance is terrible, and this is going to be a shit show. Sorry for that, but it will be. This will be a shit show. So let's get it going. We're going to start with goblet squat. I'm going to change the camera configuration so that you can see my whole body. I'm going to use a lighter weight. I was going to go with the kettlebell, but I realized that I haven't done these in so long that the kettlebell may be too dang heavy for me. Now the benefits of a goblet squat is having that weight out in front of you, so it kind of helps your balance. It's a little bit easier than a body weight squat, and I know that doesn't make a lot of sense because you're under load, but that load being at the front of your body really helps you to keep your balance. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. I'm only going to film the first set of 10, and then I'm going to finish it out, and it'll be the same on the other squats. Hopefully you enjoy this. Get some laughs out of it because my balance sucks. Let's get this thing going. All right, the goblet squat. Let's start with the lightest weight I've got. 15s. Am I in frame? Yep, I'm in frame. All right. So feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little closer. Bend down and grab your weight. Put it up to your sternum. All right. Then you're going to squat from there. Depending on your knee mobility and the strength in your quads will decide how low you can squat. In the beginning, it may not be very low, but go down as low as you can. Come back up. All right, that's 10. I'm gonna go go ahead and finish these out on my own. I'm gonna do 2 more sets of 10. I'm probably gonna increase the weight just a tiny bit. I think I can do a little more than that. All right, I'll be right back with you guys. All right, I'm back. I did an extra set of 10. They felt so good. Still out of breath. Okay, so the next item we're gonna do is a Bulgarian split squat. And if you haven't done these before and you're not very comfortable with your balance, have something to hold on to. Hold on to it lightly so you can adjust to keep your balance. It's only for your balance. Do not pull yourself up with your assistant. Now why? Luckily the house I'm renting has a coffee table. It's just about the right height. So we're going to utilize that. You got a coffee table at home? Use yours. God, I can't catch my breath. Probably should have waited a minute or two before I start the video. All right. So first thing you're going to do is have a seat on whatever surface you're going to be doing the Bulgarian split squat on. And you're going to put your foot out in front of you. Just relaxed out in front of you. Where your heel lands, that is where you're going to place your foot. So go ahead and stand up, keeping that foot in place, and place the other foot back on your pedestal. All right? And like I said, this is just for balance here. So put it off to the side, lightly hold it, and do your squat. If you can, turn your foot to the side. Gives you more of a surface area. All right, take a seat again. Put your other foot out in front of you and plant your foot. Other foot back on your elevated surface and squats. All right, that's one set of Bulgarian split squats. I'm gonna try to do 2 more, hopefully 3. But I'll be right back with you guys, okay? All right, I'm back. Whew. Whew. And I saved the worst for last. The Godzilla Killer Death March squats, also known as the sissy squat, stupid name. This is the one I'm worst at. And it's also the hardest. I need to catch my breath for a second. You guys probably need to catch your breath also, if you were working along with me. All right. Onto the Godzilla squats. Get the coffee table out of the way. Now I'm going to explain to you the theory behind this squat. I will not execute this squat properly, guaranteed. I apologize. This takes a little bit of skill. And I may not even get 10 done. All right, so surface to hold on to. Basically your feet about shoulder width apart, not wide, but about torso width apart. And the idea is to come down back and keep your torso in line with your knees. Your heels will lift up off the ground. That's part of the exercise, okay? If you've got an elevated platform to put your heels on, that will reduce the knee strain. Certainly don't do this if your knees are hurting, okay? I'm gonna demonstrate a couple, and I'm gonna shut down the camera before I embarrass the heck out of myself, and I'll attempt to do the rest of my sets. All right, so feet about torso width apart, lean back, chest aligned with the knees. Come back and on your tiptoes and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7's like to get out of here. I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna try to do 2 more sets of 7 at least. And you guys do the same. All right, I'm back. Do not like those. Do not like those, Sam, I am. All right, that's the leg workout for home. As you can tell, it's a pretty good leg workout. And you'll get a pretty good pump out of it. I hope you enjoyed legs today. I know I did. Like I told you, the pumps and the workouts that you get at home can be equivalent to what you're getting in the gym. You don't have to go to the gym to get them. I'm doing it right here in the living room with a bench. You can use a coffee table. I haven't even gotten to the kettlebell yet. And we're almost through our full week or our full set of workouts. Still catching my breath. I hope that got you just as good. I need to work on those sissy squats. Those are challenging for me. I was going to bring up something. Oh, I apologize for yesterday. I didn't do a video. I did a little quick video of kind of my progression through the years, my yo-yo dieting, my yo-yo working out, and then finally on to this past 2 years where I finally committed to never stopping going to the gym and watching my diet and getting my life back. It was kind of interesting to see all that. There was a lot of, I'm not going to say misery, but there were times I wasn't comfortable in my skin, and you can see why. Now it's nice to put on a shirt and feel like it's fitting nice and wear a pair of pants I don't have to pull up all day long because my belly's pushing it down. It's little things like that really make the difference. All right, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. No pump pics because we didn't do upper body, but you know, what the heck. Let's do a little bit. Let's see if we got any tricep going there. Maybe a little bit, huh? All right. Left side doing better. See left side. There we go. Enough of that bullshit. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have back and triceps, and we'll hit that on the day off. Then that'll be the full line of workouts, including a rest day. And you just keep that on repeat. Go through it every week. Boom, 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 boom. Keep your diet, keep your carbs in check, keep your calories in check. Weigh your food, know what's going in, know what's going out, get your 10,000 steps, and I'll see you in the gym, whether it's the actual gym or the gym in your house. See you later.